Meantime, in the aftermath of Councilman Piagentini's ethics trial, Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg now says he's pulling the funding to Louisville healthcare CEOs and using that money elsewhere. At least he wants to. This is something the mayor says will bolster trust and credibility with taxpayers. Greenberg says the money should be broken up this way. He wants $16 million to go to the Metro United Way, AMPT, Louisville Urban League, and the University of Louisville. The rest of the $24 million he wants to put into parks and libraries. It's a tight deadline. The ARP money must be used by the end of the next year.
So we're fortunate that we have a new parks plan that's ready to go. And we have the approved renovations and construction for 4 libraries that only need some final funding to move forward.
Greenberg said public pools would get their much-needed renovations as part of the park's funding. This is just the mayor's recommended plan. The Metro Council must approve that. So let's pick up on that question first with the Metro Council President Markus Winkler, the Democrat who also represents a fast-growing section of eastern Jefferson County, joining us to talk about what's next in the step there. You co-sponsored the grant, the $40 million that went to the Healthcare CEOs Council. What do you think about Mayor Greenberg now saying, let's pull that money out and give it to somebody else?
Yeah, I certainly understand and don't disagree in light of everything that's come to light recently. It's certainly disappointing. I mean, I think ultimately trying to get people that are unemployed or underemployed into the workforce should be one of our critical aims, and it's disappointing to see this project not move forward because of what's happened. However, I do think making investments in our parks and pools and libraries is also critical to our community, and so I'm generally supportive of the directions that he proposed today. Okay,
you saw the statement from the former mayor, Greg Fisher. Piagentini spent a lot of time today impugning the credibility of the Ethics Commission. He's also attacked the chairman of that commission. What do you think? Did he make any points on that? Well, what do you think about the folks that are on that commission that you guys approved on the Metro Council?
Yeah, well, I haven't always agreed with Mayor Fisher, but in this case, I do agree. I mean, I think that attacking the integrity of the commission is really uncalled for, and I don't think it's correct. I mean, these are volunteers. They're not political operatives. They've given their time, and really, I think it's unfortunate because the implication is that no one can evaluate an issue if it comes from the other side of the aisle. And I don't think that's representative of the individuals in the Ethics Commission. I don't think it's representative of the individuals on council or really any members of our city.
So do you support their verdict? Do you agree with their verdict in this?
Well, I can't comment on whether I agree with their verdict or not. I mean, ultimately, if charges are brought and it comes before the council, at that point, we'll have to render an opinion of whether their verdict is correct or not. I am simply commenting on whether I believe them to be ethical or unethical, or biased or unbiased.
You'll oversee this process if there's
Correct.
Another trial, but you also have a vote. Will you vote yes or no to remove Piagentini?
Again, that's probably not a question that I can answer at this point. I think when the facts come before us, we'll evaluate it and make a decision based on the evidence.
So let's get to the nitty-gritty here. Okay, it can be 5 council members. Let's get this process going, or the Louisville mayor. The mayor sort of punted it. Didn't really answer the question, so let me ask you, do you have 5 council members ready to move on the removal of Piagentini?
I don't know the answer to that question. Because I'd ultimately be the presiding officer, I'm not corralling votes.
What's your gut feeling telling you on getting 5 people together to do this?
I mean, I think the Ethics Commission's findings were pretty clear, and I think they were unambiguous, and I would not be surprised if there are 5 people that will bring charges.
So will we see that play out next week? I mean, what is the speed on this process?
I don't know exactly. I mean, people can move at whatever speed they want. I would not be surprised if that's the case. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the week after that.
And then how long, would we go through another trial and hearing?
Yeah, I mean, it then becomes very synonymous with sort of a regular court of law. So this is not an issue that would be adjudicated just in the next week or two. Assuming somebody or 5 people do in fact bring charges, then you have discovery. It's sort of a 30, 60, 90-day process where they're building a case, there's building a defense, and then you have an actual trial. So I would guess early next year at the soonest is when you'd see some sort of action, assuming somebody does in fact bring charges.
So again, on the Ethics Commission findings, where do you stand on that? Would it be unlikely that you would want to undo that, or do you disagree with it?
I thank the Ethics Commission for their work, and I look forward to hearing the case if it does in fact come to us. but I won't prejudge whether they made the right or wrong decision.
All right. Markus Winkler, the president of the Louisville Metro Council, thank you for explaining very clearly what we're going to see probably in the next week and two. All right.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for coming in.